Hi Pisces, welcome back, welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It has been a while since I've done anything but collective reads because that's kind of all I've had the capacity for lately, but I've made more room, so I'm going to fill this time and this space and this opportunity. Let me move my mic up a little bit. With this energy, with you all. I'm so happy to be here, to be back. We're going to be doing a Mabon season, which is just the next 3 to 4 weeks. We're going to see what's coming in for you. Before we jump in with our cards, though, we are going to be using our singing bowl to clear any lingering energy that needs to be cleared, to connect to each other as a collective, and then as a collective directly to spirit, so we can get a really nice, clear, concise message. If you would like to use this time to call on any specific guides, deities, archangels, any beings of light that you would like to be present for this reading, please feel free to do so now. The more, the merrier. All right, Pisces, let's get into it. Okay. Spirit, speak to me and through me to the Pisces collective. What do they need to know at this time? What does Pisces need to know at this time? What energies are around them, in them? Are they going to be moving through? What is going on with this deck? Why is there so much in reverse? What happened here? Okay, give me a second to sort this out. Okay, sorry about that. The deck, I don't know, it was very oddly half and half. I don't know if one of the cats knocked it over and I just picked it up without even noticing that they got all messed up. But yeah, we are good now. I'm actually going to put these cards back because I don't know what was in reverse and what wasn't. It was majority in reverse. I don't like shuffling in reverse because it makes me feel like retrograde, reversal energy. So I'm going to put these back, but just note, it is the 10 of coins and the Wheel of Fortune. You are destined, goddamn, you are destined to have a lot of money, the kind of wealth that most people dream about for the entirety of their lives. I feel like you've mastered effortless manifestation. You kind of live in a why not fantasy world, and that's really helpful for shifting your reality. What feels like to you or to other people as destiny. Like you're destined for wealth, luxury, extensive wealth. It's not just like a little bit of what, like a flash in the pan type wealth. Okay, I'm just gonna let it come out. Wow. It's extreme, over the top, life-changing wealth. The two cards that we got out first, the 8 of Cups, right after it, the 10 of Cups. You're leaving something that was once really fulfilling for you, something that was once a dream come true, a wish fulfillment energy, but now it's not. You've outgrown it, you've shifted, things have changed for you, you've evolved. Whatever the reason, you've lost your taste for this, you've lost your connection to it. This is a feeling of outgrowing a home and expanding into a newer one. Job, relationship, car, whatever the case may be, you're walking away from something that was once a dream, but now you have a new dream and it's bigger and it's brighter and it's more fulfilling and it's like your ultimate fairy tale ending. This rainbow has all 10 cups and they're overflowing with love and abundance, passion, reciprocal. They've got partnership and also was going to say lineage, but that's not really the right word. Like more generations, whether this is children or pets or whatever the case may be, friends, family, community. It's very fulfilling. It's very loving. I don't know what is going on with my voice. There's also land, there's nourishment, there's fields flourishing. It's just a really peaceful, content, um, wanting for nothing, honestly. And with that 10 of Pentacles, both that's like the two tens that you want. The other tens are not great. They're like overextending yourself, overworking, things being dead, done, over with for a really long time, but still trying to like drag it along, needing to end. All of those energies, but these two that you got, and I'm going to count the 10 of Pentacles as an energy that came out for you, whether it's a subtle undertone energy, something that you don't see coming. That's why it also kind of feels like a twist of fate. Maybe you're in the right place at the right time, and it just so happens to change the entire trajectory of your life. You could be talking about something in a group setting, and someone overhears and they chime in, and it just kind of snowballs. I am going to take all of these, and that's probably going to be it. Okay. I don't know if that's how I want to lay it out, but that's okay. So we have one major arcana showing up here. Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Just a lot of really rich, fulfilling, passionate energy overflowing through you. Like it's I don't know, it's kind of like an unending well of like love and passion and inspiration. And it starts because you really genuinely love yourself. And all of that self-love energy overflows into everything around you. And it just creates this 10 of Cups energy that everything you touch just turns to love and positivity and understanding and acceptance and nurturing energy. There's definitely going to be some sort of illusion created, some sort of brain fog you might have to sort through when making a decision, or you're being called to make a decision. Maybe the decision is whether to stay or to go. You're being strongly, strongly encouraged to go, because what you're leaving behind is nothing in comparison to what you're stepping into, what you're allowing, what you are calling in. Thank you. By letting go of this, creating this space, opening up this space. You could be purging, cleaning out your closet, just letting go of things that you don't need. You may have amassed a lot of just shit that you're like, I don't need any of this. Let me go ahead and start a little boutique and sell some of my things. You may have like a lot of clothes, vintage clothes, furniture, something creative. Maybe you create your own clothes. And you just decide, it might be time for me to do something with this. It might be time for me to sell this stuff instead of just hoarding it, you know? You're going to have to use your discernment, though. Whatever this illusion that is it's trying to be created around you. I don't know if it's going to be successful, but there could be like a lot of options being presented for you. And it's like, oh, look this way. Oh, no, look this way. Oh, but I also have this thing. It could also be like having so many options, you don't know which way to go. You don't know which decision to make. So you're feeling kind of stuck at a standstill because you don't know where to put your focus. I would say start and put all of your focus into something that you can do right this very second, something that you currently have the bandwidth for, the talent for, the material for. Work with what you have is what I'm getting. And it could be like looking around a closet, a storage space, and seeing what you have that you just don't need, that you could donate, that you could make money off of, that you could create another stream of income. Maybe that's where you need to put your focus. I will also say that the decision will become very clear and become very obvious when you lead with your heart. Let love lead the way. What really lights you up, what really makes you feel just like that, brings a tear to your eye when you witness, when you find yourself in the middle of your life and you just look around and like, well, this is literally everything I could ever dream of. And it kind of brings you to your knees, honestly, with emotion, because you're so grateful and you're so joyful and you're so content that it's overwhelming sometimes, but it's like in the best way possible. When you follow those feelings and you follow the path that leads you to this, when you have the vision, it's really a lot easier to do than when you don't have the vision. So that's why I feel like really honing in on what your 10 of Cups is, your literal ideal life, like what your happily ever after looks like. Include the most minute, seemingly mundane. What the hell was that noise? Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. I thought I heard someone knocking on the door or something falling, but nothing seems to be amiss. So we shall proceed. We have our one and only major arcana out right now, which is the Tower. We were talking about fate earlier, like destined to live a luxurious, financially stable, financially free life. And that's the really positive, beautiful side of fate. When you follow the callings and the inklings towards what really fills you up and what pours into you and what makes you feel loved and loving and alive and all of these things, right? When you follow those nudges in that direction, you get the Wheel of Fortune type destiny. You get the inspired action and the beautiful right place, right time type of fate, destiny, whatever you want to call it. When you ignore those nudges and pushes and stay in environments that you're being led out of, and you stay in situations that are now too small for you, therefore shrinking yourself to fit in them instead of fully expressing your bigger, fuller self, because it just wouldn't fit in these spaces you're trying to stay in. This could show up as staying in a job that is very regimented, that is very regulated, that is very restrictive. So you can't travel when you want to. You can't do what you want when you want because you have to ask off, and you might not get approved, and this, that, and the third. And that's going to lead to a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more jarring turns of the wheel, right? This is like losing a job because you're not supposed to be there. Spirit's been leading you away from it, but for whatever reason you want to stay there, leading you out of a relationship that you just refuse to leave, and you keep going back to this same ex, this same situation that is just, you know, it's awful, you know, it's not good for you, you know, you shouldn't be here, but you keep coming back again and again. Spirit's going to do something that's going to sit your ass down and make you be like, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore because it's not an option anymore. Like being evicted from a place that, what the hell? Okay, that was my cat. Being evicted from a place that you're just ready to let go of and you need to let go of so you can expand into more. But you're comfortable there. You might, I don't know, you're not sure what's next. You want to have some sort of like safety net before you take this leap or whatever. But Spirit is putting you in a situation where you're not going to have a choice. The good thing about this is that it doesn't always have to be like crazy dramatic and jarring. Even if it is, it's for the best, it's for the better, it's for your propulsion into a new life, into more, into what you're actually supposed to be doing, what you want to be doing even. what you're being called to do. If you have the option to, if you're given the chance to make the decision before this tower happens, that would be ideal. If you're given kind of like this nudge or this pull, I'm getting pull, like spirit's trying to pull you out of something and you feel it, but you could be resisting it for whatever reason. The illusion of stability, the illusion of, oh, I can't not have a job right now. I can't just do this right now because XYZ, oh, the job market is crazy. Have you seen what's happening in the world? Have you seen what's happening here? Like, I can't, no, that's just not an option. But Spirit is saying it is an option, and there is a lot more ready and waiting for you. It's willing and able to come in because you've manifested it. You just need to make the space and allow it to come in. Okay, I guess that one's coming out. So we have haystack, karma. You will reap what you have sown. And then we have hammock, taking a vacation, physically or mentally. This haystack card showing up is just confirmation that you're receiving all the love, every cup that you've ever given, every drop, every ounce, every smile, wave, kindness extended, whatever it is, penny, dollar, everything that you've put out is coming back to you. And the good news about that is that you've been putting nothing but beauty and love and care into the world. So that's what you're going to get back now. We have this Queen of Wands showing up at the end of the reading as this really stable. There's a little black kitty here. You could be getting a new kitty. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot the mic was there and it felt like there was something on my back. You could be crossing paths with the black cat a lot. But this is just symbolism of going against the grain, not giving a flying fart what other people think about what you should be doing, what path you should be on. Whether this is a huge mistake, you're ruining your life. This could be something that looks like a tower moment to other people, leaving a job, leaving a home situation, an apartment situation, to buy a home, land, travel, be a nomad. Whatever the case may be, people might be looking at you like, what are you doing? You're literally ruining your life. But you know that you're not. You're confident that you're doing the right thing, that you're going the right direction. She's very sure-footed. She's very magnetic and attractive too, and not just in like the aesthetic sense, which obviously, yes, the wands are very, very attractive physically, but also just in what they attract, like karma, what we were just talking about, what you put out, what is coming back to you, attracting like a magnet, all of the things that you want. You can literally manifest anything that you want right now. It's just about focusing on it, having faith not only in yourself but in the universe. Like, your job is to pick the life that you want. Focus on it, because it can't be like, oh, vague and not knowing and changing, ever changing. Like, it needs to be steadfast, repetitive, consistent, and persistent, right? And then it has no choice but to be here. It has no choice but to manifest. Know that it is yours. Know that whatever it is that you want, whatever you're calling in, is yours. It's already here. So start acting as if. Start believing it. Say things in the present tense. I have, I am, I do, I can. Not I want, I wish, I would. Okay. Maybe just the first two. I don't think we have time to read 4 cards, but we will take these 2. Oh, peppers and fire cider, which is, I mean, very much the same element. Or not element, but themes. Thank you. Building your immunity. This peppers goes hand in hand. Actually, I mean, both of them do with this Queen of Wands. This is like setting boundaries and knowing when to reinforce them. Having like a ring of fire protection around you that you can navigate through because you're immune to it. But nobody else can get through it. It's like anything that wants to get through it has to be purified before they can pass through. And by the time they pass through, they've been purified. So it's good. Like their energy is wholesome, it is pure, it is loving, it radiates, it's at the same vibration that you are, versus like low energies. Again, just like being saturated and seeped in hate and all of these things that don't resonate with you. It's not what you need to be surrounded in. Spirit's trying to lift you up and move you out of it. So that way you don't have to be immune to these things. You don't have to work so hard to build up your immunity against them because you won't even be around them. You're like walking protection against viruses. This could be like literal, physical, or it could be figurative, like spiritual vampires, people that want to suck your life force, your energy from you, jobs that want to do the same. Places can even do the same. It's all energy. It's all made of the same thing that we are, right? So we have to choose very wisely what we want to exchange energy with, and what we put our energy into, what energy we're putting out, all of those things. What else is here? That's too many, Spirit. Just one or two, possibly three, but please, just a few, not a whole stack. Thank you, Joe. Okay. We'll take it. We have the puppeteer, explanations, apologies. Interesting. Okay. Thief, seizing the moment, selfishness. The wise one, tradition, order. The hound, loyalty, chains, promises. Okay, I feel like this is you could work with a really established old, like a union type, like very, again, rigid and restrictive, and it's about rules and like regimented. But I feel like that's what you're trying to move away. That's what Spirit's trying to move you away from. You need a more fluid, you need a more loose, flowing, creative, creation type job. So Spirit's trying to like shift things to move you in certain situations, maybe bring light to, show this in a different light so you can finally be like, okay, I get it, I understand. This selfishness card, I feel like, or not selfish, sorry, the thief card, I feel like is just asserting, or not, maybe not asserting, that's not the right word. It's Spirit confirming for you that you need to be more assertive. You need to be more confident in your boundaries and being being less selfless, pouring back into you and putting the energy into you, what you want, what you need, not what you've been told you want, not what you've been told you need, not what you've been conditioned, built to believe. What does Pisces want? What does Pisces want to do? Is it being spontaneous and being able to travel? You can't do that with a 9-to-5. You can't go to Italy on a whim with a lover on a Tuesday if you have to clock in. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? It's not conducive. It's not a fluid, flowing, spontaneous life. And that's, I feel like, what Spirit wants you to be living. That's what you could be living if you want to. If that's something that appeals to you. If not, stay where you are. We have the tower here again. Tower. This tower is actually different than this tower, but Just a little confirmation of what I was saying. If you want to stay there, you can. But I feel like it's going to cause more stress than satisfaction. And that's what you deserve. What else is here for Pisces? Spirit, speak to me and through me. What else is here for Pisces during this season, the Mabon season? Transitioning into autumn with the autumn equinox on September 21st. This weekend, I believe, sometime. We have the sun in child. Leo child. You could be a Leo. You could have a Leo child. This to me, in this instance, is speaking to your inner child needing to be poured into, nourished, spoken to, held, reassured that they're safe, that happiness, that support, that a loving, radiant life is theirs. They deserve it. They can have it. I feel like some reprogramming is needing to be done, needing to be addressed. Your inner child needs some attention, needs some healing, needs some love, I would say. Let's read about our Citadel card, which is this one, these ones. This is the deck. I mean, this is a book with the deck, obviously, but that's the name of it, Citadel. The Citadel. And then this is the other one that I used, Seasons of the Witch, Mabon, these ones. We're going to read about these. Let's read about Firesider first, because it's, what the hell? Preparation, building immunity, strengthening the spirits. Your higher self chose this card because Firesider wishes to tell you something that may be difficult to understand, which is that manifestation is not magic. What manifestation does is make spaces for your preparation to be useful. The universe expands your possibilities, moves things around so that you're in the right place at the right time, and offers a helpline when you're facing obstacles. Even so, you wouldn't go to a job interview without being prepared to explain why you're the right person for the job, or go to the store without money to do so. This card reminds you not to go to Spirit asking for miracles to be made on your behalf if you aren't ready to make a phone call. Save a little extra, or at least make a plan. In truth, manifestation can feel like magic, but so few of us are armed with the tools needed to manifest anything meaningful. There are too many fears most of us don't know how to face, too many thought distortions many of us aren't even aware of, let alone able to bust, and too much that is overwhelming about big life goals that can seem impossible to achieve. This is why the universe will send you challenges that are meant to build your spiritual immunity. They make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared to manifest in a way that it truly does feel like magic. With time and your willingness to prepare for greatness, you will experience a life that is deliberate rather than happening by the whims of a cosmic energy. That's not to say the universe isn't real or that you won't have divine help along the way, but it's a lot easier for the universe to back you up when it knows you're prepared to take the leap when it calls. It says Firesider for the soul. It's a little recipe if you want to pause it and screenshot it. I hope you guys can see that. Okay, now let's read about peppers. Card number 28. Breakthrough, protection, respect, allies. Your higher self chose this card because not everyone can handle the sting of hot peppers and will go out of their way to avoid them at all costs. But the heat is too overwhelming and feels like too much of an effort in pursuit of a great meal. In a strange way, boundaries are a lot like peppers. Some people will try to step on you and take advantage of you and are only willing to be in your personal orbit as long as you agree with them. It doesn't work anymore. However, the moment you begin to demand respect, you might find that many people simply cannot handle it when you serve them a little heat. The Peppers card is here to confirm that anyone or anything you lose by establishing boundaries will be replaced with people who can stand the heat. Your heat. You will go on to find people who understand your need for respect and won't try to take advantage of you, and listen in earnest without dismissing your opinions because they don't align with theirs. Establishing boundaries also helps build confidence. The more you practice saying no, the more you take back your power from those to steal or stamp it out. From those, maybe they meant from those who try to, because it just skips. Take back your power from those to steal or stamp it out. Mm-hmm. Some believe when eating very hot peppers, it's better to keep going than to stop, because stopping makes the heat more intense, whereas continuing allows you to slowly desensitize. Habits are no different. They are difficult at first, but with time you'll begin to expect respect, and will make no time for those who don't offer it. Pepper protection spell. Wear gloves to protect your hands. And it goes on to, oh, it's just this right here. You can also probably Google protection pepper spells, but it's essentially just putting on gloves. Obviously, don't dissect a pepper and then touch your face and your eyes, specifically your nose, your mouth, any of it. Wear gloves, gut a pepper, take the seeds insides out. That's what I mean when I say that. Then write on paper your name. I don't know. Look it up. I honestly don't remember, but it's writing on paper and stuffing it into a pepper. And then covering it in honey and letting it sit for 3 weeks and disposing of it. But I don't remember what you're supposed to write on the, let me look actually. Just look. Write on a bay leaf what you need protection from. Okay, make a slit in the pepper, stuff the bay leaf inside, place the pepper in a mason jar, pour enough honey to cover it, seal the jar and place in a cool, dark space with no direct sunlight. Keep the jar for 13 days, then dispose of the contents however you want. When putting the spell together, keep your mind focused on your intentions. You can repeat words or phrases you wrote on the bay leaf as often as you like. So it's what you need protection from. You can also include your loved ones in this. Wait, why did I pick those cards up? I wanted to read about them. Who told you to do that? That was weird. Sorry. All right, let's read about these. They're not numbered, so it's kind of hard to find them, but I'll try to be quick about it. The Thief, 112. Okay. A crash of pottery, the sound of angry voices. Someone laughs, another curses. You're so distracted looking to see what's going on that you don't realize your pockets are suddenly empty. The thief takes what they want when they want it. It started off as necessity, but now it's an addiction. A need to take greater risks and seek bigger marks. One day they'll run out of luck. But it's this thrill that keeps them going in the meantime. It may seem like a selfish way to live, but the thief makes their own destiny, and so do you. Grab that opportunity the next time it arises. Don't let should and could stop you from gaining fulfillment. Life is short, and sometimes you need to put yourself first. Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like we talked about that, and that's amazing. But also, if you are going to be traveling and you are going to be going abroad and all of these things, make sure you're using your discernment. Don't get got. Don't trust everybody. Zip your purse up. Don't leave your wallet sitting around. Don't leave it in your chair unattended. Don't trust people. Just be a little bit more guarded. Maybe that's what you put in your pepper. Protection from any thieves, anything willing wanting to take from you while you're on your travels, whatever the case may be. All right, let's look for puppeteer or any of the other ones. Oh, the Hound, card number 38. It's out here, right? Yeah, 38. Fire truck. Great. There it is. Good God. The hound paces, awaiting orders. In swearing their loyalty to another, they have learned their place in the world and what is most important to them. But they have also lost their freedom. The hound's devotion comes from a deep love, blinding them to a life beyond the person they are sworn to. They have found security in knowing where their next meal comes from, but what part of them still yearns for the wild? Promises are not made lightly, and you may be starting to realize that an agreement you made has come with more restrictions than you thought. Keeping your word is important, but don't let yourself be taken advantage of. It's not too late to decide that a relationship, agreement, or situation no longer benefits you. Don't hold on to ties out of misguided sense of loyalty or lost time. Sometimes the best path of action is to break free and start again. Absolutely. I feel like we talked about that a little bit when we were talking about the confines that you might be currently living under. Again, whether that's like working at a corporation, I'm getting very, again, regimented, old boys club energy as well as what I'm getting. Okay, let's see whichever one I find next, I guess, in the index. We still need Wise One and Puppeteer. Okay, so it's not Puppeteer 136. Puppeteer. Soft curls of sawdust litter the floor, and the scent of wood shavings fills the air. Oof, I love the smell of wood. Shelves, cupboards, and tabletops are covered with wooden figures. Oh. Some half assembled, some not yet fully carved, each one lovingly made and tenderly painted. The puppeteer does not know the fear of being alone. When loneliness calls, they simply create their own company. Okay. But these puppets will never be the equal of human companionship. And though they will not admit it to themselves, the puppeteer will never fully be satisfied. Conjuring real social skills can be a challenge. People have their own feelings in their own lives, and it's easy to say or do the wrong thing. You're not the only person to have made an embarrassing mistake in the past, so own up to it and smooth things over. An apology or explanation is a small price to pay to maintain an important relationship. Interesting. Okay. If staying in a job or in a position, in a situation, in a commitment with a partner, whatever it is what is needing to be let go of, it could be because of a specific person. You don't want to let them down. You don't want to betray them. You don't want them to feel like you're not fulfilling your end. This loyalty card, you're not fulfilling your end of the deal. But it feels like you have. Don't let loyalty or the illusion of like being loyal to someone keep you in a space where you're being held back, where you're being kept small. It's not the life you're meant to live. Okay. Let's see. $52. A fire burns in a hearth, and a russet fox. Oh, a russet fox slumbering before its warmth. That sounds so nice. Peace hangs over the room like a blanket, and by the window the wise one consults a book and crushes a handful of leaves into a bowl. Although others may be wilder and more experimental, the wise one acts on knowledge learned from their predecessors. They know the way things have always been done. Organization and rhythm rule the day. It's time to suppress that creative streak. Oh, no. And accept pre-established convention. I don't think so. Take the time to study those who have gone before you. There is plenty to be learned from previous attempts. The greatest knowledge is derived from the experiences of those who have done this before. That I will say yes. I feel like if there's something that you're wanting to dive into, if you're wanting to kind of diverge from what you've been doing, leave something behind, make different decisions, bring in different opportunities for yourself, the way to do that may be through knowledge and learning, taking a course. Maybe that's where you start, getting a mentor, having someone teach you their ways. Maybe you already have a really strong foundation because you're naturally inclined to do something, but you're wanting to do more with it. So I feel like you're going to be passed down some knowledge, or like a trade secret or something of that sort is what that feels like. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you next